This episode contains adult language, mature situations, aliens from various planets, stressed out husbands with big hearts, light eating, crazed alien pets, hilarious misunderstandings, and the best parts of being married. Listener discretion is advised. Episode 271 Marital Bliss with a Twist. Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of the Spiraken Manga Review, some podcasts and bang reviews about connectly enhanced narratives. I'm your host, Zan, saying konnichiwa, aloha, bonjourno, and what's up? Yes, we are back for another fun-filled episode of the Spiraken Manga Review podcast. And if you're joining us for the first time, welcome. Spiraken is a podcast that provides informative reviews about connectly enhanced narratives. Every episode, I'll talk about 1 to 2 manga titles and tell you the pros and cons about it, how the art style is, the characters are, the plot, and if it's worth investing your time in or if you should throw it away and avoid it like the plague. You don't have to agree with anything that I and my co-hosts say, but we try to be informative, educational, impartial, and just fun and entertaining. Even though sometimes being impartial doesn't always work, especially if it's a really bad manga or really weird manga, but I do digress. You could check out any of our earlier episodes at www.spiraken, that's SPIRAKEN.com. We are on Facebook, Twitter, Tumblr, Spotify, YouTube, Apple Music, Stitcher, Player.fm, Instagram, and many other social media sites. Just look up Spiraken, SPIRAKEN, and you'll probably find us. Also, definitely, if you're on Instagram and you're following us, tag me if you see me at a con. It'd be really appreciated. More importantly than that, if you have any questions or comments or concerns, you can also email me at Zan, that's X-A-N, not Z-A-N, at Spiraken.com. So with that in mind, let's get to the review of the episode. Because if you remember from the last episode, I spun that one, that only, The Wheel of Manga. And I did turn out to be reviewing a manga that was written by Miyata Kouji back in 2009, but it was recently released over here in an omnibus edition in 2018, this year. It is 1 volume here, but it's actually 2 volumes. It was released and published by Enterbrain, but we got over here by Yen Press. And it is a sci-fi Seinen slice of life comedy series known as Yomi ga Kore na Monde, or Oh My Sweet Alien. And this is a pretty simple and funny, weird story. It is about a guy named Nobuo who one day he was minding his own business in college and he got abducted by aliens. And these aliens were going crazy and bothering him, and he was freaking out. But he noticed that one looked very human-like, and she was the most beautiful being that he had ever seen. And she is supposed to be like, this is her training day. She'll become an adult if she's able to inject this alien being, which is Nobuo, with a tracker, so they can. It's almost like catching a creature, tagging it, then releasing it, because Earth is not in the Galactic Federation. But for some reason, she sees he's saying something to her, and what he says is, please marry me. So, unlike with everyone's favorite couple, Lum and Ataru, this is not the, oh God, he screwed up. She didn't understand what he was saying. He was talking about something else. No, this guy actually saw this beautiful girl, and the first thing that came to his head is, will you marry me? They end up in a relationship, and they get married, and this is about their married life as a married couple in a world where she is living on Earth. He goes to work as a businessman, then he comes home to her, and all the hilarious things that happen. Like, for example, she looks like a human with like Medusa hair and very vibrant skin. It's like big eyes, purple skin, yellow tendrils for hair that are actually hands, and she has to wear like a human bodysuit, which actually later on an alien who makes these suits, there's a new model which is just like a hologram. It's like, why would you want a hologram? You want to have the skin feel against you. It feels so sensual and cool. And you're like, okay, you're a little bit of a kinky alien. But so she has to have these suits on, and half the time she doesn't remember to put it on. She doesn't like it because it's uncomfortable. A neighbor's going to show up and she has to try to get it back on, hurry it up. Maybe the zipper will catch, or maybe, and like in the first one, he's there trying to help her out, but she was washing it. It's not dry yet. The neighbor sees the doors unlocked and she says, I have some extra food I was to bring you guys. And, it'll be a nice gesture. She walks in and they're able to see the couple. The husband is half naked and the wife is dripping wet, almost as if he was going to take a bath and he wants to take advantage of her, so they get the wrong idea. And it's just a lot of little comical, funny anecdotes about this family and what happens to them. Like the fact that when her parents show up, they're really buddy. Like he's really nice. The parents really like him. But the dad has a problem where he cries and shoots lasers out of his eyes, so he keeps melting mugs, and then that becomes a running joke where it's like, oh, let's have some coffee. Oh God, you melted the coffee again, didn't you? Shit. Or when their kid gets born, that makes it even more funny because their kid has the tendrils too. So he has a little bodysuit, but he has the big wavy hair, and he causes weird problems. Like, for example, they have some neighbors show up, and then they have to make sure that no one notices that when their son Asura is in a tantrum mode, he's going to use his tendrils to start drawing because they're his hands. They'd be like, oh, no, be a good boy, we're going to make you nice. Or when he's upset and cries, he shoots out laser beams, so they have to get his binky, his pacifier, his bobo to calm him down. Now, besides the Makabe family, that's Nobuo's last name is Makabe, the wife, you never know her name. They never say it throughout the entire manga, which is really weird. It's just darling or sweetie. It's never her name. Besides them and her parents, and their parents are two different species, so she's perfectly fine with an interspecies relationship where they're different species. You have these two siblings, the Kinojo family, Makoto and Ichimaru, and they meet in a supermarket, and Ichimaru falls madly in love with Miss Makabe, and Makoto stops him, but she falls in love with Nobuo. They're siblings, but more importantly than that, they're not from around here. They're actually aliens. And their job is they have to find people on Earth and mate with them to propagate the Venusian populace. So that's kind of cool, but it's kind of bad also because because Ichimaru thinks he'll be a better husband than Nobuo, so he keeps trying to one up him. Like, I'm macho, I'm the man, I'm always gonna kick butt. But the wife's heart is too Nobuo, so he'll never win. Even though this guy keeps trying one upping him through racing, through riding a horse, through fighting with him, getting in a fight. Just acts like a complete utter douchebag. And Madoka works at his job. She tries to seduce him. She follows him around. She tries everything, like touching him with her leg, trying to get him drunk. Nothing works because she's just way too slutty. And really, well, that's the only time you really see nudity in this series because the series is really, it's more about the family. And yeah, you see the wife without her skin suit on. She's an alien, but it's not really, it's sexy, but it's not bad. It's just kind of, eh. But when Madoka is trying to seduce him and she's in her human suit, you see she looks really just, she looks slutty and creepy and just isn't his thing. It's like taking the sexiness and taking out of just making it kind of awkward and a little aggressive. And that's the family that they have. That's the main characters they have. I mean, you also have Asumaro's pet / kidnapper Della, who's an alien who's stowed away, who kidnaps him because they become friends. And this follows them from before Azuo, the boy, gets born to his birth. Then it goes into them going on a vacation, them meeting his parents, his mom is very traditional and thinks that the wife is not a good enough wife for Nobuo, even though Nobuo loves her to death. You have them watching over the young boy, them going on a couple field trips, and then it ends in a way which is very different than most sci-fi mangas, where you have aliens around, because most people don't know aliens exist, because they all have hidden, like I said, scramble suits or those pendants that put a hologram on. Most people don't know they exist. However, at the end, something changes that, and it makes things very interesting and weird. And I've got to say, it's got a nice, lighthearted ending to it. I really like the art style in this story. It's different. It's very alien, and I like that. The characters look very different, each one. Like the Venusians have a specific design. The wife has a different design than her parents because her parents are two different species. Like she gets tendrils from her dad, but her mom looks like her. And then one time her friends show up, and each one is a different design. Also, whenever they bring food for Nobuo to eat from space and he has to eat, he's like, this looks disgusting, it's gonna kill me. Oh wait, it's really good. Oh god, no. Or when they go to the alien planet, which is the wife's homeworld. They have all these hundreds of different aliens, and it's really just well designed. The backgrounds are cluttered and different, especially because it shows the world of the wife is the house, and we focus on that for 80% of the time. When it does go to Nobuo, he's in his office or he's at a party. That's it. For the most part, he is at home, and it's their world. It's about their marriage. It's not about anything else going on. And that's something I do like about this, because most series are about the relationship working, and you have all these other forces trying to keep them apart when they're trying to stay together. This is different. This is the characters are together. They are happy together, and this is focusing on their happiness. And I really do enjoy that. It's very similar to how Mayoko Ano's autobiographical book, Insufficient Direction, talked about her and her husband's marriage. It focuses on that aspect, about them being married and their life together. And I really enjoy that, especially someone who's a little bit older. That sucks. I guess a little older. I'm 36. What am I talking about? But I'm not that old. I know. I'm a 36-year-old manga reviewer. But anyway, I gotta say, great series. Really enjoy it. The art style is great. The characters are great. And it's a lot of fun. So I'm going to give this Oh My Sweet Alien, a.k.a. Yome ga Kore na Monde. Really, really, really fucking cool. If you don't read this now, your brains will freeze, your eyes will swell up, and your soul will be forfeits with Great Soul Gusta, our highest rating. Definitely check it out. It is a one-shot. It's a lot of fun. And even though there isn't major violence, there are some really funny scenes that actually had me cracking up. Especially with when Dell is introduced, because it's a creature that gets bigger as light hits it, because he eats light, and then it's him thinking, oh god, he's gonna become the size of Godzilla, and just it goes crazy. And also he kidnaps the little boy, and the little boy is funny, especially the antics he gets into, because it's a little kid with 10 arms, essentially. So I digress. So remember, you can check out any of our earlier episodes at www.spiraken.com, and email us at spiraken@gmail.com or me at zanspiraken.com. And the question of the day is, if you found an alien that was humanoid and all the parts worked, would you go out with them? Let us know in the comments down below. So let's get to that part you've all been waiting for. What am I talking about? I'm talking about that one, that only, the Except no substitute. Now, what is the Wheel of Manga? The Wheel of Manga is a Wheel of Fortune with 10 slots on it. What we're going to do is we're going to spin that one, that only, the Wheel of Manga. If we're over and over and lands up, let's review the next episode of the Spiraken Manga Review, episode 272. We're almost at 300, folks. So let's spin and see what we're going to review. That was a really good spin. Number 2. Okay, that's pretty awesome. Number 2. So, in the next episode of the Spiraken Manga Review, you're going to be reviewing a manga which is about magical girls, but not in the magical girl world, but in the real world. And what am I talking about? I'm talking about Unmagical Girl, a 7 Seas manga. So we're going to see how that goes. Anyway, thank you guys for listening. I really do appreciate it. Keep checking out the podcast. And I guess that's it. So this is your host, Zan. I am Gonzo, and read more manga. Catch you guys next time.